news in the global village.
Good afternoon. This is the 5FM Radio Man News. The headlines. Ministry of Mines issues over 5,000 licenses to boost Zambia's mining sector. Governance activists commend President Hichilema's decision to end national mourning. And UK says window now exists for Iran negotiations after Trump sets timeline for US action. This bulletin is also live on our Facebook and YouTube, 5FM Radio Zambia. With the details, my name is Lance Sannie Banda. The Ministry of Mines and Minerals Development has reaffirmed its commitment to accelerating growth and unlocking opportunities in Zambia's mining industry. As of 15th June 2025, the ministry has issued a total of 5,201 mining licenses and rights, catering to a diverse range of stakeholders from large-scale investors to small-scale and artisanal miners. The ministry has outlined that 1,687 were issued to large-scale exploration licenses, 168 to large-scale mining licenses, and 1,416 to small-scale exploration licenses, 403 to small-scale mining licenses, 169 to mineral processing licenses, 1,118 to artisanal mining rights individuals, and 240 licenses issued to artisanal mining rights cooperatives. The ministry has stated that the significant milestone underscores Zambia's ongoing efforts to build a vibrant, inclusive, and sustainable mining sector, one that drives job creation, supports local economies, and fuels national development. Minister of Finance and National Planning Dr. Stumbekom Sokotwane, Member of Parliament, has arrived in Rome to represent President Hakainde Hichilema at the high-level meeting on the Mattei Plan and the EU Global Gateway, a common effort with the African continent. The summit, taking place today, 20th June 2025, follows a ministerial-level technical meeting held in March this year, during which Zambia was represented by Mr. Frank Tayali, Transport and Logistics. Upon arrival, and his delegation were received by Mrs. Patricia Condolo, Zambia's ambassador to Italy, who expressed appreciation for the Zambian government's participation in this year's important international engagement. During the summit, the Zambian delegation is expected to hold discussions with Her Excellency Miss Giorgia Meloni, Prime Minister of the Republic of Italy, and Miss Ursula von der Leyen, President of the European Commission. The discussions will focus on the Lobito Corridor project, a significant regional infrastructure initiative backed by both the Italian government under the Mattei Plan and the European Union through the Global Gateway. The high-level meeting has drawn participation from senior government officials from Angola, the DRC, and Tanzania, all of whom are stakeholders in the Lobito Corridor project, as well as representatives from key institutions such as the African Union Commission, the World Bank, and the Africa Finance Corporation. The summit will be co-chaired by Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni and European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen. This is according to a statement issued by the Embassy of the Republic of Zambia in Rome, Italy. Governance activist Sam Zulu has commended President Hakainde Hichilema for his decision to end the national mourning period in honor of Zambia's 60th president, Edgar Chagwa Lungu, saying the move is in the best interest of the nation and deserves the support of all well-meaning Zambians. Mr. Zulu has reiterated the president's stance that the country cannot mourning indefinitely. He has further critiqued the Patriotic Front PF party, saying he is not surprised that the party has once again found itself in a confrontational standoff with the government, describing the PF as a violent organization that, in his view, poses a threat to national security and should be considered for deregistration. Mr. Zulu has emphasized that President Hichilema has made a rational and timely decision that reflects the will and welfare of the Zambian people. He has further emphasized that President Hichilema should be respected and not insulted or abused under the guise of mourning.
President Hakainde Hichilema's decision to end national mourning in respect of late 60th Republican President Edgar Tagwalungu is spot on. President deserves the support of all peace-loving Zambians. Any progressive mind should indeed support this fair decision. I want to believe that this is a well-thought decision by His Excellency President Hakainde Hichilema.
The Italian ambassador to Zambia, Enrico De Agostini, says Zambia has huge opportunity to develop the film industry, looking at the talent the country has. Ambassador Agostini states that good ideas and believing in them remain crucial to developing the film industry. His Excellency Ambassador Agostini therefore advises artists in the film industry in Zambia to work hard and be creative enough in order to attract financial support from well wishers. The ambassador adds that the embassy remains open for Zambian artists, especially those promoting culture. He explained that culture plays an important role in enhancing bilateral relationships between countries. Ambassador Agostini was speaking in a side interview during the screening of the Italian movie entitled Enrico Piaggio Vespa, organized by Comitato di Lusaka Societa Dante Alighieri in conjunction with the Italian Embassy in Lusaka.
Plenty of opportunities to develop the film industry in the country, and I think some people are already doing it. And there are lots of good ideas. The most important thing is to have good ideas, good scripts. And, I always say that money goes where the good ideas are. If you study, you work hard, and you're creative enough, you'll get financing to do your film project if that's what you're about. If that's, I have to tell you the story. I did a movie myself. I financed it myself because I believed in the idea and it was realized. And I'm not a film director.
And in other news trending this afternoon, small-scale farmers in Katele village in Sama district have cried foul following the decision by the Food Reserve to establish the satellite depot in Tembwe, about 40 kilometers away from Katele for this year's crop marketing season. Some stakeholders have held President Hakainde Hichilema's decision to end the national mourning declared in honor of his predecessor, late 60th President Dr. Edgar Chagwalungu. Up next, the business news.
5FM Radio Business News. We mean business. Keep you current in commerce, trade, and industry, local and global. It's our business to keep you informed about business.
Agriculture economist Edfai Hamukale says the appreciation of the kwacha cannot be attributed to one fiscal variable as it is multifaceted. Dr. Hamukale observes that low import activities, coupled with the flooding of the United States dollars in the money market by multinational companies in readiness for their annual tax obligation, continues to positively impact the value of the kwacha. Dr. Hamukale further the increase in food supply and low food inflation, the local currency.
Further to that, we've in place a very effective monetary policy by the Bank of Zambia at 14.5%. Now, this is a contractionary monetary policy and not expansionary, which has led to or helped to take out excess liquidity in the economy, resulting in very stable inflation and hence enhancing the kwacha's value. As you perfectly know, we are at the peak of our food supply equation. The food inflation is low because of a high supply of food commodities and a low equilibrium price of maize and maize substitutes on the domestic market. I mean, we have sweet potatoes, cassava, maize, name it at the moment. So we are not importing most of the foods, and this is helping in strengthening Zambia's balance of trade and also balance of payments in the short term.
Ends the business news.
5FM Radio Business News. We mean business. Keep you current in commerce, trade, and industry, local and global. It's our business to keep you informed about business.
UK, French, and German foreign ministers will hold talks with their Iranian counterpart in Geneva today as part of efforts to ease the Israel-Iran conflict. Ahead of the meeting, UK Foreign Secretary David Lammy says a window now exists within the next 2 weeks to achieve a diplomatic solution. It comes after the White House says Donald Trump will decide in the next fortnight whether to take direct U.S. action. Read more. The exchange of fire between Israel and Iran has continued, with the Israeli military saying it attacked dozens of targets, including what it called missile manufacturing sites in Tehran. And in sports news, training sessions for the Senegalese women's basketball team in the US have been scrapped, with the West African nation's prime minister saying he cancelled them because some of the squad members were denied US visas. Prime Minister Ousmane Sonko said the team would now train in Senegal's capital, Dakar, in a sovereign and conducive setting. It comes amid reports that the US plans to impose fresh travel restrictions on 25 more African countries, including Senegal. Earlier this month, the US announced a ban on citizens from 12 countries, including 7 from Africa. There were also partial travel restrictions on nationals from a further 7 countries, with 3 from Africa. And now the weather report.
Last Econ Roofing Africa. Last Econ Roofing, plot 17100 off Katanga Road, 150 meters from Mumbwa Road, Chinika Industrial Area, Lusaka. Class Econ Roofing. Class plus economy. Class Econ. Class Econ Roofing Africa. Class Econ.
Copperbelt, Luapula, Northern, Muchinga, and Eastern provinces, including the eastern parts of Lusaka and Central provinces, cloudy, slightly windy, and warm to hot. Maximum temperature is ranging between 27 and 30 degrees Celsius. The evening will have few clouds, slightly windy and mild. Northwestern, western, and southern provinces, including the western parts of Lusaka and Central provinces, mainly sunny, slightly windy, and hot. Maximum temperature is ranging from 28 to 31 degrees Celsius. The evening will be mainly clear, windy at times, and mild. Ends our weather report. In that item brings us to the end of the news. But before we go, a recap of the stories that made headlines. The Ministry of Mines and Minerals Development has reaffirmed its commitment to accelerating growth and unlocking opportunities in Zambia's mining industry. Governance activist Sam Zulu has commended President Hakainde Hichilema for his decision to end the national mourning period in honor of Zambia's 60th president, Dr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu, saying the move is in the best interest of the nation and deserves the support of all well-meaning Zambians. And finally, UK, French, and German Foreign ministers will hold talks with their Iranian counterpart in Geneva today as part of the efforts to ease the Israeli-Iran conflict. For more news, follow us on Facebook, 5FM and YouTube, 5FM Radio Zambia. Thank you for listening to the Happy World of 5FM. Stay safe and stay tuned to 5FM Radio. My name is Lance Sannie, Banda. Enjoy the rest of the afternoon.
Get acquainted with the latest news on the multiple award-winning radio station, 5FM Radio.